Good day, chums. Since I am on vacation, I am unable to host today's episode. But thankfully, I have secured a special guest host. Let's see who it is.
And I don't want to be rude, but you know, really, you have the charisma of a damp rag and the appearance of a low-grade bank clerk. And the question that I want to ask, that we're all going to ask is, who are you? I'd never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you. I would like to ask you, President, who voted for you? And what mechanism? Oh, I know democracy's not popular with you lot. You appear to have a loathing for the very concept of the existence of nation-states. Perhaps that's because you come from Belgium, which of course is pretty much a non-country.
Wow!
You can't barrage the Farage.
I think that Britain will separate from the EU. I think maybe it's time, especially in light of what's happened with the craziness that's going on with the migration, with people pouring in all over the place. I think that Britain will end up separating from the EU.
Ich wünsche mir, das habe ich oft gesagt und das wiederhole ich heute noch einmal, dass natürlich Großbritannien in der EU verbleibt, aber es ist eine Entscheidung der Bürgerinnen und
Well, lads, it's not looking good. This might be the end of the Anglo. Has the Farage finally been barraged?
Faisal, we've now reached the point where Sky News is in a position to call this election. Sky News is projecting that the UK has voted out. The UK electorate has taken the historic decision to withdraw from the European Union after more than 40 years of membership. The expert working out that projection is Professor Mike.
Holy shit. Great Britain liberated herself on the one day that Mr. Trump was in the country. Is this a sign?
I may represent the smallest group in this Parliament, Mr. Schulz, but I can tell you that it's a group whose ideas and whose views are now being echoed by a growing number of citizens right across this continent. I'm sure you'd agree, the opinion polls show it's kind of 50-50 whether people think this EU is a good thing or a bad thing. The sun has risen on an independent, united kingdom. And just look at it, even the weather's improved.
What I like is that I love to see people take their country back. And that's really what's happening in the United States, and I think you see that, and that's what's happening in many other places in the world. They're tired of it. They want to take their countries back.
We have fought against the multinationals, we fought against the big merchant banks, we fought against big politics, we fought against lies, corruption and deceit, and today, honesty, decency and belief in nation, I think now is going to win.
We will no longer surrender this country or its people to the false song of globalism. The nation state remains the true foundation for happiness and harmony.
We will have done it without having to fight, without a single bullet being fired, and by people in the Labour Party and the Conservative Party and UKIP and of no party who've taken part in this campaign. And we'll have done it not just for ourselves, we'll have done it for the whole of Europe. I hope this victory brings down this failed project and leads us to a Europe of sovereign nation states trading together, being friends together, cooperating together, and let's get rid of the flag, the anthem, Brussels, and all that has gone wrong.
Donald Trump arriving in Scotland this morning, held a news conference, praised the Brexit decision, compared British nationalism to his own Make America Great mantra.
Let June the 23rd go down in our history as our Independence Day.
We've done it. It's Independence Day. The ordinary decent people in this country have overturned the establishment, the big banks and the big businesses. And from me, just a massive, mega thank you to all of you out there who've helped me over the years and went out today and voted to get our country back. We have done it.
But the British people have made a very clear decision to take a different path. And as such, I think the country requires fresh leadership to take it in this direction.